Okay guys, today we're talking about Emma Fillipoff. Hey guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, it's free. Let me start by saying, I know my hair looks awful. This is natural. I literally took a shower, let it air dry, and that's what happened. And I don't feel like curling it. I don't feel like straightening it. I don't have time for it today. But go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Sorry. Chiefs are playing this weekend in the playoffs, and of course we're going to kick ass because that's how we do. Don't forget, you guys, Friday Night Live, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live. You know, we just shoot the shit. We have a great group of people on there, and we have a good time. I don't really do readings on there. I just kind of relax and chill and hang out. So, okay, you guys. Emma Fillipoff was born January 6th of 1986 in Perth, Canada, to James and Shelley Fillipoff. I hope I'm saying their last name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. She unfortunately disappeared on November 28th, 2012 at 26 years old. You guys. This is a hard one, you guys. I know they're all tough, but this is a really hard one, and you'll see why, okay? Okay, so Emma moved to Victoria in the fall of 2011 from Perth, Ontario, Canada. She had a brief employment at the Redfish Bluefish seafood restaurant in Victoria's Inner Harbor. Since the work was seasonal, she left the job October 31st of 2012. She assured her coworkers she would be back in the spring, okay? In what police believe was preparation to move back to Ontario, Emma hired a tow truck on November 21st. Excuse me. She rented the truck in order to move her Mazda from, is it Souk or Suki, to the Chateau Victoria parking garage. Unbeknownst to her family, she had been staying at the Sandy Merriman House women's shelter on and off since February. November 23rd, Emma was captured on security footage of the Victoria YMCA entering, then leaving, then entering multiple times as if possibly trying to avoid someone that's outside. In the days preceding her disappearance, she had phoned her mother in Ontario asking if she could come home or if her mother could come get her. Of course, her mom said yes, but each time her tone would quickly change and she would ask her mom not to come. She was like, Mom, can I come home or can you come get me? And then a little while, seconds later, she's like, never mind, Mom, don't come. Okay. On the final call, her mother became aware that Emma had been staying at the Sandy Merriman house. And even though she asked her mother not to come, her mother, Shelley, made plans to fly out immediately. That was a good move, It's so hard as a parent, isn't it? Sorry. Her last words to her mother were, I don't know how I can face you. That had to have broke her mom's heart, right? So her mom arrived at the Sandy Merriman house at about 11 p.m. on November 28th, which was 3 hours after Emma had last been seen by police at the Empress Hotel. So early in the day on November 28th, she was captured on a 7-Eleven store video camera. She was on Government Street purchasing a prepaid cell phone. The video showed her hesitating when she was about to depart the store. She hesitated. It's like she was checking the street outside. So again, here we go with the behavior where she's like looking out, like, is it safe for me to go or not? Okay. So she returned back to that same 7-Eleven store on Government Street to buy a prepaid credit card for $200. Okay. She then went back to the Sandy Merriman house at about 6 p.m. that day. She left. And soon after, she hailed a cab and asked to be taken to the Victoria International Airport. However, she soon exited the taxi for lack of adequate fare, even though she had the $200 prepaid card. So she literally he says, where do you want to go? And she's like, oh my gosh, I got to get out. I don't have the money, right? But she does because she had just purchased a $200 prepaid Visa card. Minutes later, she was seen walking barefoot in front of the Empress Hotel. So, okay. Dennis Quay, I hope I'm not butchering his name too terribly bad. He ran into her and tried to talk to her, and she was just kind of like distant. And so he called 911 and said, look, you need to come because my friend's in distress out, out front of this hotel. She needs help. So the Victoria police came, they took her name, they spent 45 minutes speaking to her. Deciding that she was not a threat to herself or anyone else, they released her. Look, I know the mom and the family members and friends are so frustrated about that, but the police are put into a hard position because there's nothing they can do. If she's not talking about wanting to commit suicide or wanting to harm someone else, there's not a damn thing they can do. And I know this because we had an issue with a friend of mine back, I don't know, 30 some years ago or something. And they were like, she's not talking about suicide. She's not saying she's going to hurt anybody. We can't help you. Even though she was like out in left field, my friend. So, okay. Anyway, so until a report surfaced in June of 2018, no one had reported seeing her since 8 p.m. that night. Oh, that's right. June of 2018. Okay, so fast forward years later, okay? Later that evening, police met Emma's mother at the Sandy Merriman house. By midnight, she was classified as a missing person, all right? Initially, the police stated that Emma had last been seen, quote, with friends several blocks away on Burdett Avenue between Blanchard and Quadra Streets. Investigators explored more than 200 leads, turning up minimal information. Most evidence indicated that she was planning to return home. She was going to go back home, but there was no proof that she ever left Victoria. The cell phone she bought, never activated. Her credit card was allegedly found on the side of a road near Juan de Fuca Community Center, north of where she disappeared. It was found by a stranger who used the card to purchase cigarettes, and the police tracked it. So Emma wrote copious poems about her time in Victoria. So she was very artsy-fartsy, very talented, I guess, and was writing poetry, but none of it indicated that she was being stalked, even though some of it indicated that she was depressed. Experts who appeared on the Fifth Estate, I like that channel, Fifth Estate, said the writing did not have the hallmarks of suicidal ideation. Yeah. According to Emma's mother, however, the Sandy Merriman staff claimed that Emma required both physical and medical intervention. So apparently the women's shelter was saying different, that she was in bad shape. So, the summer of 2018, a witness named William came forward with new information about encountering a woman the morning after Emma had disappeared. The woman matched her general description and demeanor. The report resulted in the organization of a search of the View Royal area of Victoria in December of 2018. It's going to be hard to find anything that many years later, right? The search turned up no additional clues, but another search was planned for 2019. Before this, the leads had been tenuous. The Campbell River Courier Islander newspaper reported in May of 2014 that Gastown, Vancouver business owners Joel and Lori Sellen witnessed a man in their store. Okay, he had yanked off a $25,000 reward missing poster that was about Emma. He ripped it down, and they reported that he said, quote, "It's one of those missing persons posters, except she's not missing. She's my girlfriend, and she ran away because she hates her parents." Close quote. Dipshit. They've never been able to find this guy, though. So I wasn't able to connect with Emma. There are many reasons why that may be. But I did begin having dreams about her. I always give it to you 100%. I have no reason to lie about what I get, right? So this was a strange one, you guys. So I saw Emma wandering aimlessly, which I probably look like I'm wandering aimlessly the majority of the time at the grocery store. So that's not the issue. The issue was what I was hearing and feeling in my head. It was like on fast forward. So, back in the day when you had tape recorders, tape players, and you would hit fast forward and the song would go. That's kind of like it was. It was like repetitive fast forward in my brain. Okay. I don't want to get this wrong, so I have it written down. So this was like on fast forward really quickly. Here's what I was hearing. I'm so ashamed. I can't believe I let this happen. How will she ever understand? They'll never understand. They've never truly understood anything about me. Close quote. It was Emma, what was going through her brain. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But it was like repetitive. Okay. It wasn't just I heard it once or twice. Oh no. It was on fast forward, repetitive in my head. Okay. Okay. Let me stop here. So the beginning of my dream, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this. But I felt like she was like, when she was walking, she was like absorbing everything. So to me, that makes me think she was an empath. That she was basically taking everything around her in, because that's what we do as empaths. Here's the other thing. So I felt that feeling of her being like an empath, that absorbing everything. Then fast forward, heard that over and over again on fast forward. But then I was also like, my head, I was getting like sharp shooting pains in my head. Okay. And they were similar pains. I have Chiari, so they're similar pains to my Chiari headaches. However, at the same time, it felt as if I'd had like a whole bunch of alcohol and I was just kind of floating through life. Like I drank way too much alcohol. That's kind of what it felt like. Does that mean she was drinking or doing drugs? I don't know. Does that mean maybe she had something going on mentally? I don't know. Okay. So I also said earlier, that I would tell you what I get, whether it makes sense or not. So, normally I can tell in my brain, I can see in my mind's eye, I can see if someone's alive or dead, right? And for whatever reason, I was getting she's not dead, but I was also getting she's not alive. So after like going back through my dream and trying to see what I could get, I feel like, I think she had like a psychotic breakdown. Okay. So I'm wondering if that's what I'm sensing, is that she had this psychotic breakdown. So she wasn't dead, but she wasn't living, because mentally she was having issues. You know what I mean? I think maybe that's what it was. Normally I can tell right away if someone's dead. I can feel it. I can see it. I think she's still alive. I could be completely wrong, because maybe she really is gone, and what I'm seeing as like a psychotic break, and maybe she is gone. Maybe she took her life. I know the show, The Fifth Estate. Okay, so when I was doing my research, I watched this video called Finding Emma Fillipoff, The Fifth Estate. Okay. I like these guys on The Fifth Estate, right? It's kind of like a Dateline NBC type of thing, but in Canada, I guess. But, they're experts at, oh no, she's not suicidal. But then in the next breath, yeah, so I don't know. Who am I? I feel horrible for her mom and her friends and family and her dad. And, but I also, that's one thing I didn't say. I also, not only, I felt like from the very beginning that she had a lot on her shoulders. And then after I watched this Fifth Estate thing and they talked to her dad and her mom, I don't know. I feel like she had the weight of the world on her shoulders. I think she had to be strong for mom and for dad because they divorced, and, and she had a sibling, and I feel so bad for her. Like, my heart aches for her. If she's still on this earth, I hope that she has found peace somewhere and that she's doing well. If she's gone, then that's kind of good too, I guess, because at least she's not having to deal with whatever she was going through. But I always tell you the truth. That's the truth. That's what I was getting. I don't know why. It was just strange one, you guys, and I feel so bad for this young woman. Like, that was the other thing. She was so freaking gorgeous. Just such a pretty girl. Like, so I don't know if I hope she's still alive or if I hope she's gone. You know what I mean? Like, I just hope that she's found peace either way. And that her mom and dad and friends are able to find peace. Because I know they're going through hell. So, okay, guys. Be nice, be kind, stay safe, stay healthy. My sister-in-law just lost her best friend to, guess what? COVID pneumonia, which is what my friend passed from. And she's really struggling, and my heart really hurts for her. Plus, my sister-in-law works out in the public. She's a manager of a hair salon, and so she's around people all the time, and she's scared to death she's going to get COVID. And she's like, I have my vaccinations, but I could still get COVID and die, like my friend, you know? So she's really struggling. I hope you guys are okay, and come see me 7:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on my YouTube channel on Friday night, and that about does it for me. Bye, guys.